Let me tell y'all something about dreams. Listen up, because this is something I found out a long time ago that goes against everything you see in a movie, on TV, or what your great-grandma may have told you when you were a kid. See, dreams don't happen overnight. That ain't how it works. See, they come to you in the daylight. You gots to be awake. Because, baby, you got to run dreams down. See, that chase is where we learn the most about ourselves. To take that extra step, that extra mile, that extra rep. Now look here. You don't never know how long it's gonna take, or exactly what it'll look like when you get there. The only thing you know is you can never stop. So, question time. What's your dreams? What's your dream? Are you willing to do what it takes to make that dream a reality? No. See, not while you're sleeping, but every darn day you wake up. Because if it does, good morning. Now give me my darn theme.
We are back. We are back, man. Welcome back, man. We are back. Oh, man. Y'all know I've been off, and I know y'all wondering, what in the hell is RobDaMan at? Where is he at, man? What is going on? What it is, what it ain't, man. For y'all that don't know, my sister just had a kid. Been at the hospital with my sister through this time of her, newborn. So that's what I've been at. All right, we back. All right, a lot of things have transpired since I've been gone, but hey, we're back. I've been getting a lot of people DMing me, asking me what's the word, what is going on, why you ain't live, what's going on. But hey, I'm back. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get this thing back off and rolling, man. We gotta get ready, man. The spring games are right around the corner. The dates are gonna be coming out soon. CU's junior day is gonna be coming out. Who's visiting, things like that. But yeah, man, my sister just had a baby. That's where I've been at. Been at the hospital. So man, it's finally here. She had a baby boy. For those who want to know, she had a baby boy. But yeah, we're here. All right, we're here. We're back. All right, calm down. But yeah, man, my DM's been flooded like crazy about when am I gonna go live? And we got a lot of things to talk about. Y'all know we do. We got a lot of things to talk about. That's happened. But hey, Coach Prime, man, thank you. Told you who to go get. Watch him go to work. But shout out to Mr. Devin Wrist Press, right? Joining CU, joining that recruiting staff, that elite recruiting staff that we already had, but we added another one to it. Another one. Shout out to Mr. Wrist Press, man. Man, he's trying to do some good, major things to us. As you can see, the offers are coming out like crazy for the class of 25. They're still working on a couple things in the class of 24, but for the most part, they are getting ready for the class of 25. You see a lot of offers being out there. You see a lot of work that's being done in the streets. So, man, it's time to get to work. I changed the title of this video. The original title was "It's Time to Get to Work, CU," but I changed it because we got some things to talk about. But hey, the new players are here. Not all of them, but majority of the new players are here. That's gonna be here for the springtime. The returning players are back in Boulder. All right. This is a time where they get better, right? You put the time in, you put your grind in, you get your butt in the weight room, and we finna see what this next level, right? You can expect there's gonna be some players that leave in the spring at the end of the day, right? This is a evaluation time to see, hey, are you gonna be on this fall roster or are you gonna be gone? So if you ain't trying to come in and work, you ain't trying to come and ready to compete. If you ain't ready to push your brother to another level, you ain't ready to put the blood, sweat, and tears in, then hey, the door's right there. Get out. But hey, y'all see on the bottom, y'all see the ticket that's going down right there, right? Follow us on IG, follow us on Twitter at RobDaManMedia. We also got the merch store is open. Now there are new designs that's going to come out daily. Some more of the designs is not on the website right now. It's still in pending. They're trying to get everything right for when they drop it. But hey, The merch line is open. The link is pinned up there. So if you want to go check out the merch store, you can. We do got a merch store that's coming. We do got more designs coming to the store. And we got everything. We got things for the women. We got things for the men. We got things for the babies, for the kids, travel bags, cups, man. We got it all, man. Check us out, man, on the website. That you see that's pinned. If you're on the YouTube side, if you're not on the YouTube side, you can't see it. But if you're on the YouTube side, as you leave, man, click on that link, man. We got some designs already uploaded that's already out there. We got some more that's pending. Once they get approved by the company that's doing everything, you guys will see it. It will come live instantly. If there's anything that you want that we don't got in the store, just let me know. Shoot us an email at RobDaManMedia@gmail.com, and we'll get it in the store for you. So we're going to be dropping a lot of merch coming out over these next few weeks. We're going to be dropping merch for the spring game. We're going to have merch for each and every game as we build up to this season. So as the season go on, we're going to build up this merch line for RobDaManMedia. If there's something that you want, you don't support CU, we can get it in any color that you like. All you gotta do is email me, and we'll get it dropped for you. But hey, enough of me bloviating about the merch store. If you got any questions, you can email me. You can hit us on Instagram. You can hit us on X, or formerly known as Twitter. If you got any questions about it, we going up, man. So hey, man, appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Smash that like button. Y'all know I don't ask often, but smash that like button, man. It's time to really get into some things, man. We're going to get into some topics. Matter of fact, I'm just going to open this up, man. Shout out that city. Shout out that state. Let me know where y'all checking in from. We'll do a little Q&A session right now before we get everything started. And then we gonna get this thing on the rocket because we got some things that we going to talk about for sure that we going to really get into. But the first topic, right, which is the topic of the day, right, is the transfer portal broke? All of a sudden, everybody wants to cry about the transfer portal being broke. That they don't like the transfer portal. They say they don't like this, they don't like that, right? All due to the fact of a coach returned, another coach goes to another university, another coach goes to another university. But y'all didn't have this issue last year. But it's an issue this year. So this is what we're going to really get into, right? Shout out to Coach Dre in the building, man. But we're going to really get into this. We're going to really get into this subject, right? Is the transfer really broken? Or people crying because they're on the other side? And so here's my theory, right? A lot of people are crying right now in this situation due to the fact of they on the other side. And they don't like it because they on the other side. And it's okay. Because now when it's in, you got to put the shoes on, now you don't like it. But when you didn't have to put the shoe on last year, it was all fun and games, right? You was crying. You was doing all this laughter, right? But when we try to tell you, when Dion picking up these third, fourth string players last year, right, and what he really had to pick from, y'all ain't want to hear all that, right? But now when it's Alabama, we got to go start crying. The rules got to change. Everything got to change because it ain't fair to Alabama because Alabama don't get to pick up the players that they want to get picked up. Make this make sense. Because when Dion was in that situation, y'all said y'all ain't want to hear it. But when Alabama in that situation, now y'all want to talk about it. Now y'all want to blow it up. Now the national media want to come crying for Alabama. Let's be real, people. Is the transfer really broke? Because guess what? Couldn't Nick Saban announce this earlier before he announced that? Sure, he could have. But you know why he didn't announce it? Because they wanted to lock in a recruiting class. You think that decision got made on that day at that time frame? You crazy. Alabama had everything lined up the way they wanted it to go. They feel like, hey, we're gonna lock up these kids. We're gonna get them on pen and that paper, and now they locked in. Now they can't go nowhere. Oh, we gonna keep the team that we got, even with Nick Saban retiring. So this is all calculated move. You think the DC retired before Nick Saban announces? You think that was a far stretch? You think they actually told the recruits that? No, they didn't tell them recruits that. You know why they didn't tell them recruits that? Because they knew they wouldn't sign in Alabama. They know what time it is. But it's another topic we gonna get into, right? And I ain't gonna go long on this other subject, but we gonna get into something. Because the math ain't math. Y'all know. When the math ain't math, we gotta talk about it. Coach Dre know what I'm talking about. But we gonna get into that
Indeed.
subject real soon. But Coach Dre, how is your feeling
Yes,
about the
sir.
transfer portal? How you
I
feel today
mean,
about the transfer portal?
you can't get upset. That's the way of college football right now. So can't nobody be upset about it. Right now Alabama is in a mess. A lot of kids leaving. Washington is a lot of kids leaving, and it looks like Arizona is a lot of kids leaving. The portal was supposed to be closed, but because their coach is leaving, you get a 30-day window. Michigan look like they're gonna get a 30-day window. Um, it's just the way college football is now. Do I like it? No, because you're not like kids just leaving to go other places, or like you say, they're leaving for. Sometimes it's not going to be better over there, but they it just is what it is. I think a lot of people thought people were coming to Alabama for Alabama. They come to realize people were really coming to Alabama for Nick Saban. It wasn't about the school or the pride or none of that. It was Nick Saban and being able to say I played for Nick Saban, knowing that you probably gonna win the SEC championship, that you probably gonna play for a national championship in your 4 years. You liable to play for a national championship 2 to 3 times. So you want to be there, and he put kids in the NFL, and he got great ties. Um, it's the way of college football right now, guys. It's not going nowhere. It's gonna only get worse. But the NCAA is just taking the burden off of themselves. They just letting they just like, hey, this what it is. Y'all ain't finna come bother us. Y'all ain't finna say nothing to us. So I mean, it's just the way college football gonna be for the near future right now. You can't nobody get mad right now. And schools are doing that. I mean, it's colleges that's telling high school kids that they're not recruiting high school kids because they're just trying to get kids out the portal. So that's why you see a decline in high school kids getting big offers, or you see some good kids that probably would get D1 offers going to Division One AA and other places because everybody looking at the portal to try to come up quick and trying to win. Because at the end of the day, this is these coaches' profession. This is how they get paid. So that's what they got to do.
What's the word, Edison? Man, what's up, man?
What's going on, Rob? Congrats, bro. What's up, Coach Dre?
What's
Appreciate it,
going on,
man.
Edison?
Appreciate it.
And honestly, man, like my whole opinion with this is Alabama can only blame Alabama for the situation they're in. Because at the end of the day, like I'm pretty sure Nick Saban been thinking about his retirement thing for a minute. You could announce it before the season. You could announce it right before the playoffs or when the portal was happening. But y'all didn't want to lose any kids or any recruits, so I can't feel bad for you. Nick Saban was going for in-home visit like 2-3 days before their playoff games, talking to recruits. So you out here misleading these kids left and right, because I'm pretty sure when you was talking to them, you told them you was gonna stay. That's why they signed the NLI. So why am I supposed to feel bad for you? I'm feeling bad for those kids, those freshmen in the 2024 class that just signed. They're on campus taking classes. Even if they want to leave, they can't leave now. That's what I feel bad for. I ain't feeling bad for Alabama. No
I mean,
way.
they can act out of it, and the school
But
can
like,
grant it.
if they're already enrolled in class, they can't leave though, right? If they already
Yes,
started
they
classes,
can.
they can't leave. They
Yes, they
can't
can.
even if
I
they're
Yeah.
I
I mean,
get.
I think they got to stay for the spring, but I
Yeah, they gotta
think
stay
that
for the spring and leave in the summer.
they
Like, you
can
know what I
ask,
mean?
but they can ask out. Every kid that signed, they can ask out of their NIL deal, and I mean the national letter of intent, and the kids that's on the team, all of them have the opportunity to leave again. Like the transfer window closed a little bit before Nick Saban said he was retiring. So then he retired, and you automatically get him.
Exactly, coach. Exactly. Like, even if they got the opportunity to leave, the players that are not Caleb Downs, they're not Kid Proctor. They're not gonna really get recruited like that because most teams already done made like the things they need to get. Like,
Them kind of kids ain't going nowhere, Edison. Them kind of kids that they're not going nowhere. What you see is the big names leaving. You don't see the kids that you don't see them kids leaving. Them kids that just did get in or just did get in on a scholarship. Them kids they're not leaving. Them kids they're not leaving. You see the big names leaving. The kids that you know other programs gonna come after the Caden Downs, the Proctors, and the other kids
mhm.
that done played. You don't see the kids that's not really playing.
Yeah, well, they
That's what it
can't
all.
now because it's like nobody's
Hey,
gonna take that
who got
chances.
a
Because
phone going
yeah,
crazy?
you look at the beginning of the portal. How many
That got to
kids
be
that
Edison.
enter the portal that had no playing time that was still getting signed? Yet now they can't do that. But like, if to me, like, right, like, to me, like, what Nick Saban did, in my opinion, that was unethical. Because in any professional job, like, you right there, you can't, like, if, right, let's say I got a job, I come work for like the head of a company and I get hired, and then he's the one that hired me. He's the one that, like, he's the reason why I wanted to work for that company. And then he just up and leave like that. Like, that's some unethical thing to do. But since it's college kids, it's cool to do it to them. Like, now,
Well,
like, this
I
is
mean,
why
well,
I'll never
well,
be mad at a
well,
kid
that's
for
the
going to the
reason.
portal.
That's the reason for them doing this. That's the reason why the portal became an option for everybody because that was the narrative. Coaches could jump and leave and go where they wanted to go, and kids would be stuck. You know, back in the day, if Nick Saban would have did this and there wasn't no portal, them kids that signed and all that, they'd just be stuck there. There wouldn't be nothing they could do. They'd have to play for whoever they hired. So now that's the reason for giving them an opportunity, another 30-day window besides the normal window that they had to go
Mm-hmm.
elsewhere. Um, I just think this dude, this coach DeBoer, he gonna have to start from the ground up, and you know because all the big name players that you wanted to keep, they're not staying. Proctor's not staying. Downs is not staying. Now, guys also understand that these kids can take their name out the transfer portal, but I don't think they are, but they can. But I mean, he gonna start from the ground up. But the man a winner, you got to give him a chance to do what he doing and try to be the best that he can be. But I just don't know, fellas. But
Yeah.
Alabama, you know, with what Texas is doing and they coming into the SEC, Texas right now, if you ask me, Texas is what it is in the West in the SEC right
Hey,
now.
I'm
To
gonna tell
me,
you
like,
this.
the two teams to watch in the SEC right now is Texas and Georgia. That's
I
who
as
got better through the portal, and they didn't really, like, yeah, they got some guys that went to the draft, but they don't have recruits already there, and they got some real high caliber guys in the portal to replace them.
That's what it all boils down to. Coach K, see you Buff Dynasty. What's up, fella?
Yo, what's good, my boy?
What's up, buddy?
Go ahead. We talking about the portal. How y'all boys feel about it?
I mean, the people who now are starting to feel the side effects of the portal. Now all of a sudden they're inconvenienced by the portal. So that's always funny. When you have the higher class people now, getting affected by this stuff. So I just find that pretty funny.
It's as simple as it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Facts. I agree with that.
But honestly,
You
the
know,
schools who should really be mad is South Alabama and Buffalo. Honestly, that's the school who should really be mad right now.
I mean, you can't be mad because what that also tells you is that whoever their AD is or whoever the people that's running their programs, that they're doing a great job because you have a quality head coach, and that a guy like this coach feels he's good enough to come to Alabama. You got to also understand that this coach that they hired, he has no ties to the South. He has no ties to the South. I don't think he's recruited the South. He's been over on the West, on the West Coast and Midwest, getting the best kids he could get from over there. So now you come down here to the Bible Belt where it's a little different. So you got to get people that's been down here. So you went and got the best coach you could get from down in this area, which was the guy from South Alabama. They felt, and he also brought his defensive coordinator. I think he's bringing most of his staff with him from Washington. So it's going to be a different, it's going to be a culture shock for some of these guys if they haven't been or lived in the South.
Man, just think about the kids that Alabama's offered already. Those kids is West Coast kids, Midwest kids. They haven't offered nobody from the South. So put that in the part. But what up, Coach K? What up, CU Bucks Dynasty, man? What's the word, man? Y'all want to chime in on the subject?
They did,
Yeah,
bro. They did. We talked about it
All
when
right.
you had
yeah.
stepped off.
All right.
I'll be honest though. Alabama didn't do themselves no favors, and this is kind of the price. Like all their players leaving is really a price of success because I find it funny because usually certain coaches leave. Maybe the DC or the OC still has a relationship, but when Alabama is such a factory where they just swap out OCs, DCs, and all of us, wide receiver coach, DBs coach, eventually it's like it becomes new. Everyone becomes a new face all the time. There's no real relationships built. And Caleb Downs and his father, they kind of stated that where it was like, Charles Kelly left, his DB coach from Bama, I forgot his name, he went to Georgia. Nick Saban. It's like, where are all the familiar faces? And it's like there's nothing really binding him there. There's nothing. There's no real hire, from within that would have kept those kids.
I mean, but you gotta think about it though. They only kept two position coaches from the whole coaching staff. Only two of them. Everybody else gone. So
That's what I'm
hey,
saying. They did
I ain't
themselves
on
That
the
no
was a
favor.
wall.
big mistake in my opinion. That was a
I
big
mean,
mistake.
who were they gonna keep? Like there was no relationships to be built. Everyone there besides the
But
DC he retired. Like who are
but
you gonna keep
but
that would have maybe
but see,
impacted?
here's the thing. You got to keep the DBs coach. I don't care what you
Right?
do.
They
You
should
got to
have
He
keep the
promoted
DBs
retired.
T
coach.
Rob. They should have
But
at
No,
least
no,
promoted T Rob and give
the
him
DB.
more money because he's the
you
one
you
that started all these recruits.
you got to keep him. The thing about it was here's what the problem is. There's a lack of communication. And that's the part we all forget about. The reason why people are leaving, it ain't because they don't want to be at Alabama. It's the lack of communication because he got his own situation where he's trying to do it, trying to bring his people with him to uplift his people and get them a promotion that people forget about. You still got to recruit the people that's on the roster. And if you can't communicate with the people that's on the roster, you ain't gonna keep them because all these kids want attention. And you can't go in there and ask the kids to take less money than they getting for you gonna pay your kids at Washington more money. Make this make sense. The dollars don't add up. You can't go say, all right, listen, you got production in Alabama, but I got a kid that's at Washington. They got production, and I think he's better than you, but I want you to take less money, even though you're the SEC. No, it don't work like that. You gotta build the relationship and talk to these players that's inside your room that you have right there in front of you before you can go do anything else. The lack of communication is what really costs them more than anything. And you want to know something about communication? Let's just get into it. What do you think going on in FAMU?
Lack of communication.
No, what's
Lack
going
of
on there?
communication.
They have a very that situation is crazy because their athletic director is very I don't even want to say nothing too rude, but
Yeah. I mean, it
incompetent.
ain't nothing really. It's not nothing to really say. It's just,
Incompetent.
um,
I'll just say that.
I mean, I don't know if it's incompetence, but it's really bad, and and it's probably gonna set that program back a little piece after you don't won a Celebration Bowl and won a SWAC championship. For them to now they liable to not have a coach till after signing day. They're gonna try to hurry up and find a new coach, but that's right now they don't have a new coach. And it's been almost a month since Willie Simmons left. We got Coach Riz, the defensive coordinator who probably should have tried to keep. He's got a defensive coordinating job at Murray State now, and now these other coaches that probably were trying to stay are probably not looking for other jobs because they don't know who you finna bring in here. And they say they
Listen,
only got 200,000 for 200,000 for a new head coach.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave this alone. The math don't add up. If you understand math, it don't add up. You can't come out and
Wait,
tell the pub
hold on.
what.
How you got 200,000 for a new, only 200,000 for a new head coach, bro? You hiring
Bruh,
a firm to pick the coach? That don't make sense.
that's what you look at us, Edison. That's what we saying. But that's what she said yesterday. She said that they only have right now. They only have 200,000 for to give a new head football coach right now at FAMU.
This is where the math ain't mathing for me, right?
Huh?
This is what Edison. Watch this. This is where the math ain't adding to me, right? You come out, you say you raised money for Willie Simmons, right? And it was over what I want to say 700K. But then you turn around and say a couple weeks later you only got 200K. Make this make sense to me. Now I said this a couple of weeks ago. We all preach about HBCUs having some of the best businesses when it comes to, you want to grow a business, you want to do something business wise, business programs. We talk about HBCU and say they got the best business practices. But when it comes to the athletic side, we do bad business. And that's what I'm saying. The math ain't adding up. Somebody pocketing something.
I
And
mean,
all I
they
want to
they
know,
they've had.
but listen, all I want to know is you can't come back and say we got less money to hire a new coach. We don't even got the same money that we had when we had Willie Simmons here, right? And we got less money to hire a new coach. We gotta make this make sense, dog. Somebody gotta help me make this make sense to me. Cause I don't know. It just don't add up.
Yeah, that
I
situation.
mean,
That's
go
one of the
ahead, bro. Go ahead.
situations. That's one of the situations where you just kind of just be like, okay, Now, I'm not going to speculate too deep into that because then the deeper you look, you might find something you don't want to, you don't want to come to
Yeah.
terms with.
But it just goes to show you when people get upset about Willie taking a job at Duke, now you starting to see what's really going on. Like shit's hitting the wall, right? It's hitting the fan, and now you're starting to see as the onion keeps getting peeled back more and more and more and more. Now you start to see what's really going on and why it's time to get up out of there. It's
I
time to go
mean,
take.
they've had two meetings that's been, I guess, been live for people to see. They had a board meeting on the other day, and then they had another meeting today, and you just see that us we like it's just it ain't good for them. And you had the kids on there, and they not listening to the kids. I mean, you got the top notch HBCU program in the country, and the kids are telling y'all we good if you just hire a coach that's already here. We got a couple of coaches that's here, and we can keep rolling. And everything will be good. And like they let them kids come up there, them kids poured their hearts out. They told these people what they wanted, and the lady still said that she was gonna go out and hire a firm and try to find a new head coach. But if you ain't got no money and you saying you finna go hire a firm, like bro say, it don't add up that well. You just need to try to get with your whoever it is, the presidents and whoever the trustees of the school, and try to find you a new head coach instead of going out and making somebody else help you find a head coach. Because again, the lady said the kind of coach that you want, you ain't gonna get for 200,000.
Man, listen.
Honestly, like
When
my fault, Rob. Go ahead.
when Prime said this before when he left for Colorado, people like Coach Prime lying. Don't believe Coach Prime. Don't do this. Don't do that. Right? Then Willie Simmons leave, and now guess what? It's the same situation at a different school. We
I
we,
think
we
that's the
sit.
root of the problem, though. Like when it comes to us, like the problem we have, like it's like we expect us, like let's say like black coaches or like a black individual that's doing well, we expect them to give us discount just because they're black. Like we never wanna pay them what they're worth because you one of us, you gotta give us a discount. Like nah, bro. Like if I'm doing well, I came here for a certain thing and I'm exceeding my expectation. Pay me what I'm worth. Like that
But
discount should go out the
but
window because at the end of the day, I got my coaches and my assistant coaches. I got families that depend on me as well. They got to get paid too.
But listen to this, Edison. Just peek this, right? Make this make sense. All right. So if the head coach is getting 200,000, right? What do you think the assistant coach is going to get?
Nothing.
Maybe 50. Maybe. That's a very
How-
big maybe.
So how do you think they're supposed to live?
Exactly. And it's like you a coach, like somebody been with you for years, getting into the mud with you. Like you're not gonna look at them in the face and be like, I want you to come get this job with me, but you're not gonna be able to take care of your family like that with this job because you barely getting paid anything. Like, come on,
But
man.
yeah. But I'm just saying, man, that's the things that people don't think about, right? When you look at this whole situation, right? If you're telling me that you only can pay the head coach 200,000, somebody got to take a pay. Somebody's gonna be on the losing end of the stick. So that means in order for your position coach to get paid, that means you got to weed out somebody else. I mean, you can't have no assistant to the position coaches because they ain't gonna make no money. So
And now they gotta do double the work and still don't get paid.
here's my solution to that problem, right? If you were FAMU, you can raise your ticket prices $5 or $10 with all the money y'all was doing. That would have brought you an extra 100,000 per game. Say you had 6 home games, that's $600,000. You don't think that you could have paid your staff with that 600,000 and whatever bills you need to pay? I mean, I ain't no rocket scientist. I'm not saying that I am. I'm just saying when it comes down to business, and we're talking about just strictly business, I don't know what just happened. It just did that. When we talk about strictly business in this situation, there's things that you could have did to help you in this situation. I ain't say take up your ticket prices $25, $30. Take it up $5, $10. That $5 or $10 could have stretched out to 100,000 each per game. But hey,
Facts.
listen. I'm not saying you got 600,000, right? Just say extra this. So say whatever the amount they was getting, you're adding an additional 600,000 to that. So that extra 600,000, you could put that back in the football program. But the other money that you was already making can go to the other athletic programs. If you're telling me, because here's what a math don't line up, right? You're telling me that you're gonna give Willie Simmons close to 650, 700,000 a year, but then all of a sudden we can't offer a coach for 200,000. Come on now.
Like how, bro? Like how did that happen in a 3-week span where you had that and now you only got 200,000? That don't make sense, bro.
I'm just and this for me, this is a touchy situation when you talk about HBCU athletics, right? But when you start looking at things and you start understanding what's really going on, right? This is a touchy situation. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? But it's something that has to be addressed in the situation.
Not 100%, and we can't keep going by that. Yeah, we can't, like, we're not supposed to talk down at like HBCU or one of our own. By the end of the day, we gotta tell the truth, or like the same thing is gonna keep happening. Like the same thing that keep setting us back gonna keep happening if we don't talk about it because we're worried about perceptions. Like, no.
Listen. Let me tell you this. Willie Simmons was already at 400,000.
He was at right at like 400,000. So they had went and got like another 150 or whatever, and they was gonna try to up the price, like some boosters, some alumni and stuff. They were trying to go kick in enough money so they could try to keep him. That's how they was trying to keep him. But yesterday, also in the meeting, the lady straight said, "Hey, that money that we kicked in from our group, that was to keep Coach Simmons. So now that Coach Simmons is not an option, I don't know if that money is going to still be there for us to use for the new head coach." But the AD, Ms. Sykes, said that they only have $200,000 in the school budget to pay a new head coach, and that wasn't going to get the kind of candidate that I guess FAMU was expecting them to get. So Like bro said,
That's
it doesn't really add up. It's a mystery for a lot of people. Um, and these kids are very hurt, and they gonna be another school that's probably gonna have a lot of kids that's not there because
uh,
again, right now you don't have a coach. How you gonna get high school kids in because you don't have a coach to offer these kids scholarship offers?
all right. So
So I
look,
mean,
hold on, coach. Right, I got you. Check this out. Right, go off your number 300,000. We gonna play your number at 300,000. Right. Watch this. If he was making 300,000, right, and we just went and go raise some money, and just say we raised 200,000, that makes 500,000. But you only can tell me that you can only pay the new coach 200,000. Make this make sense to me. I'm waiting. Make this make sense to me, because
They
math,
should have never.
math is math.
They should have never said that. They should have never said that they can put that on the table. Once you say you can put this on the table, regardless of who it's for, other coaches know that it's
Right.
available. So when you say, "Hey,
Exactly.
that's where they messed up at, man."
Not,
They're gonna
but
look at
see,
that 200,000 like a slap in the face, bro. You said you
Right,
have
right,
this
right.
amount now. You're looking at me. You're gonna tell me 200. You don't believe in my abilities. Get out of here.
well, what they was
but
saying was they was paying Willie for what he had done. Like so, they was trying to keep him there, and for what he had done, you got to remember Willie Simmons hadn't had a losing season at FAM. He's he done come to the SWAC and won the SWAC. He won the Celebration Bowl. So they were trying to pay him to keep him to stay at FAM, so they didn't have to go look for a new coach. And that was the boosters and other people trying to kick in money for fundraisers and stuff like that. And I get what you guys are saying, but that's the reason that happened. And so now the people were saying, okay, yeah, we like what I'm saying is Rob the head coach, right? Rob quit. And but we trying to keep him. We offer to get more money for Rob. But when Rob still turned us down to go somewhere else, well, hey, we taking this money off the table because we were just trying to keep Rob. We wasn't fun no for us to go get no new coach. That was for us to try to keep Rob. And I think that's what some of that
see,
came
here,
from.
yeah. So here's what I'm saying. Right. If you never come out and announce how much money you raise, this would never be an issue. Nobody would
Right.
never be. Nobody would not be tripping about. All right, you only got 200,000, right?
But you had to say it. You had to say it because the money had already been said that the man was gonna make 500,000 to go to Duke to just be the running backs coach. So you had to say how much money you could. That had to come out because Duke had already put out how much money they were gonna pay him to come be the running backs coach. So fam had to really come out and say it. But I agree with y'all. How you go from that to just 200,000? And like I say, when she said that yesterday, jaws dropped. Jaws dropped when
Yeah,
she said it was
yeah.
only 200,000.
But Zeke, I want you to come up here and explain this, right? I just want the math to make sense to me because what I heard to what's being said, it don't make sense. So come up here
Yeah.
and
So
explain
All right,
it.
now,
I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna
go
explain
ahead.
from what I heard. But we all on the same page. At the end of the day, complacency is the blame here. I feel like the right thing for the AD to do would have just been, especially a championship program. You should have just hired from within instead of trying to do your own thing and go pull somebody from somewhere else. That didn't make sense because now you got to build a whole new culture for a team that's already a championship caliber team. That was stupid, right? But from a monetary standpoint, what I've heard isn't exactly accurate to what's being said up here. First, the money that was raised it wasn't raised by the school, right? The AD she got with some of the alums that she
No,
taxed
we
them.
know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We were saying the
He,
booster. I wasn't saying nothing about the school, the boosters and other people. Yeah, we know that the school didn't raise
no,
that money. Go
this
ahead.
this for the people, not y'all. This part's for the people in the comments. It wasn't the school, so it wasn't nobody was misinterpreting funds or embezzling funds, nothing crazy like that. The money was raised by the alums, like different alums association. Like they had the Kappas, I heard, like different D9 organizations, different groups across the school. That money was maintained and it was held by one of those alumni associations, right? The little main alumni association they have. So the school never touched that money. I don't think it was 200K they earned. I think it was a little bit less than that, right? But that was money that they got together in
Yeah,
like
it
what
was they. I
48.
think they said it was like one something. Like yeah, it was yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't 200K. It was like one something. But yeah, yeah,
that was money they got together in like what 48 hours. But
48 hours.
the issue is I don't think if you listen to the meeting they had, I think it was that yesterday they had that meeting that everybody was watching. If you listen to it, they pretty much talked about them struggling with funds. I don't think they were gonna be able to maintain that because if he was making he was making about 300K included. If you include his incentives, he had like about 350K, maybe.
I go for that. I'll go for that about 350, maybe 375 at the most.
So
Yeah,
you talking
between
about
350
increasing?
375. Yeah.
You talking about matching the Duke salary? Duke was paying what 500K? 500? How much is Duke paying? 500.
500, 500,
Okay,
5.
so you asking them to increase that, not only his salary, but they got to increase everybody else's salary. So they got to increase his salary by 200K at least, right, to match. And then they got to increase everybody else around them by another what? That's you probably looking at like another 400, 500K. You got what 9, 10 coaches in total, and you got the assistant staff. Like it's a lot of money, and I don't think they was gonna be able to maintain that, man. I don't think they raised a lot of money in 48 hours, but it wasn't maintainable for them, and that's kind of what they hinted at yesterday. Like it's expensive for them.
But see, here's the thing though. I'm gonna play this back, right? Why is it so hard to raise ticket prices $5 or $10?
Well, it's hard because we gotta look at the social what does the pockets look like for the people that attend your schools? Most HBCUs, although they are good as far as the education, but they are affordable as well. It's not expensive to go to HBCUs, right? So you don't have a lot of, like, compared to Colorado, you got a lot of celebrity kids and rich ass people that go to these schools that can afford that. That can afford attend. It may sound like a little bit, but that really does. I go to a HBCU, so I'm speaking from an HBCU standpoint.
No,
that really
I'm not,
does affect people.
Yeah, but see, here's the step I come from, right? When Jackson State, the last year when Prime was there, they raised them ticket prices up.
How much did they raise them up by?
$20, $25.
And they went right back down.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing about that, right? They raised the ticket prices in the concession stands because the people were coming out supporting, right? Which internally gave them the money to help them hire the next coach, which internally gave them the money to keep everything flowing and to give back to others.
I gotta push back on that too because they hired the coach they hired. Go ahead.
Just listen. In the last 3 years, FAMU has been winning, has been putting out a product. Even if you say $10 is too much, $5 ain't gonna change. You know why $5 ain't gonna change? Because people spend $5 a day. Every day they do something.
All right, now let me push back. Now let's talk about the Jackson State.
Say that, hold on. So when you say that, right? Over these last 3 years, if they would increase it by $5, they could have turned and increased their revenue share from them 50 to 100,000 each game at home, which would in turn help them grow. So when they came down, because Willie wasn't gonna stay there for his life. He wasn't. You gotta start thinking ahead, right? And for us to say we got the number one business in HBCU, like far as business wise, when it comes to talking about business, when we talk about getting a major in business, and we talk about HBCUs, it's like the number one thing. We gotta be better at how to help our own selves, right? I'm not telling you to go jack up the prices to $30, $40, $50. I'm not asking you to do that. But even if you want to go to $3, right? How much is the $3 difference? The $3 difference can change a whole lot. You sell it out every home game. What the real problem is, we ain't going back and auditing nothing.
No, they get audited. They're a public university. They have to get audited. Everybody, every public university does. But this is my pushback. So Jackson State was, when Prime was coaching, he was one of the highest paid, not just HBCU coaches, but at FCS level, he was highly paid. Hold on, give me a second. He was highly paid at that level, right? So that was abnormal from the jump. But when he left, they hired a coach that was already on the radar to be hired. Before they hired Prime, Coach TC was already on staff previous to Prime. He was already supposed to get hired, right? So they did what they were supposed to do. They hired within. That made sense. You have a championship caliber team. You hire somebody within to keep the program going, keep the momentum going. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what FAMU should have done.
But listen, check this out. You want to know something about that? TC still got a big rate. He's making more money than Prime was making.
But again, Jackson State already had that money. They already have that budget. I think their athletic budget is bigger than FAMU's.
Yeah, because because they took advantage when Prime was there. They took advantage of the situation. So I get it.
Facts.
That
as they should.
all I'm
Yeah,
saying
they
is
should have, but that's what. In all honesty, that's to me, that's what FAM needs to do right now. They need to go hire Ed Reed. They need to try to see if they can get a Ray Lewis, because at the end of the day, the money might not matter. I know they might not take 200,000, but if you can get it to at least 300,000 or something like that, the what they gonna be able to bring in gonna help you for the long haul. Because again, if they there's nothing no more that they can do that Willie didn't do. They all you can do is win the SWAC and win the Celebration Bowl, because Willie already did that. So now it's about how you can turn this thing around, because the way they said it the other day, like they don't got the money, they in the hole.
listen,
And
listen.
then Coach Dre,
Go ahead.
Listen. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna be honest. If I'm FAMU, this is what I'm doing. If you somebody from FAMU you represent, this is what I'm telling them what to do right now. Damn the budget, right? Go get an Ed Reed, go get a Ray Lewis right now. You know why? They're gonna come in, they're gonna get you they're gonna upgrade all your facilities. You ain't gonna have to put no money in. They're not worried about that 200,000, right? They're gonna reinvest that 200,000 back into your school, get all your facilities updated, and you better and you're gonna be more profitable.
From the
If you gonna
outside
hire
perspective,
and
that
then
sounds like a good idea from the outside perspective, but is that what the players want, right? Because I've been hearing the players want, they have their
Oh, the play,
ideal
no,
coach
the
that the
play,
players want.
but
I mean,
yeah, they
they
did,
didn't
but
Here's
listen
they
to
done
the
the
they
players anyway. It doesn't matter.
they
They
didn't
listen
right,
to
listen
and
the
to
it
players.
him.
shouldn't even
They
matter
ain't even
what
listen to them anyway.
No,
They
it
didn't
does
listen.
this
matter.
point.
Why would you not
Hold
listen
on,
to
hold on.
you have a championship caliber team? Why wouldn't you listen to your players?
But
Because
They
here's
the
the thing.
coaches, the players wanted, they didn't want to hire him, so they're not listening to the
That
players
was the AD
anyway.
fault. That's not on
So at
the
this point
alums.
in the story, it doesn't matter.
It does matter. That's the reason why they in the situation they in now, because the AD tried to hire somebody that nobody wanted. The alums
right.
and the
That's
players.
yeah. That's right.
But
That's
then you can't
the
even
reason.
go off what the players want, because
But
kids change their mind back and forth every day. Who's to
No, you
say the
should.
coaches they do bring in there that they,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, don't they
the
don't like that
the
hiring after
yeah
after once.
the players come and go. I think
Right.
they
Yeah,
nah.
If
man.
you
Like
have hold on.
honestly,
If you have an alum base, if your biggest donors and the people on your championship, this isn't FAMU wasn't just they wasn't just 7-3. No, they was like what 12-1, 11-1, whatever. A championship caliber team. The players and the people that's giving you money are telling you what they think is best for to continue the success at the school. Why wouldn't you listen to them?
He telling
so
y'all
here's
the
my
truth.
here's
Listen, he
but yeah,
telling
but
y'all the truth.
But that coach,
let
but
me
that
let me
coaching
let me say
hiring
this though.
is
Let me say this
long term,
because
man. Most
I
of them
agree
players
with
gonna be gone in a year or two.
I listen. I will agree with you
The
one
donors
thousand.
not. Go
I
ahead, my
listen.
bad.
I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%. But if she would have came out and stated that they didn't have the money up front for the new head coach, I don't think that would have been an issue.
I don't
It's
even
just the
think.
way
Go
they
ahead.
played the situation was
Mhm.
that's what's making it an issue now, right? And so now you lost your top recruiter, right?
All right.
You lost your defensive coordinator, and the two most powerful people that they wanted to stay is gone.
But I think that's more so not necessarily because the money plays a factor, right? Because
Yeah,
this whole situation deep as hell. I feel like it's way deeper than
but
this. But
It is.
money
It
money
is.
yeah,
money plays a factor. But I think ultimately it's just the poor leadership, the AD. At the end of the day, this is from people that's within the program. These are your donors, the people that give you money. I feel like at every school you got to consider the donors, right? That just makes sense
Well,
because that's the people that fund you.
that's what they
That
said. That's what they said, bro. That's what they said. They
right.
said she said that she said that she had already gave them a candidate or somebody she wanted to hire, and the reason they're at the position they're at now is because because the donors, the people that give the money, and the players, nobody wanted this guy, and I guess she didn't talk to nobody. She just went about it doing it her way. So that's why they're in the position now where they don't have a coach, because now she's going to go back and go through a firm and do all this other stuff because y'all didn't want the guy that I wanted to hire. So
Which
I
is
think
unnecessary.
it is. It's very unnecessary. It
Yeah,
don't
well,
make no sense.
Because Prime said he put a little post up under her joint and said, he got a whole Rolodex full of qualified people if you need some help.
But this is the
But
thing, though. Like Sean,
hey,
the coach he wanted to hire isn't a bad coach. Sean Gibbs, he's a good coach. Tariq Cohen. I don't know if you heard about him. He's
no,
one of the most explosive FCS players running backs to come out within the recent years, right? He coached people like him. He coached at A&T.
But like,
So he's
you
a good
said,
coach,
if the players
but
don't
he's not the
like
right
him,
coach
they're
for
not gonna
FAMU.
stay.
But see, here's what I think where she's making a mistake at, right? Coach Prime trying to help her in this situation and give them resources to FAMU based off Willie Simmons. I'm not saying that she's making a wrong mistake, but if you got somebody that got resources that want to help you, hey man, sometimes you gotta stick your ego to the side and just take what you
Exactly.
got.
Exactly.
Now
Exactly.
I agree. I do agree. But like I said, she went. That's what I said. That's why I started off with this. At the end of the day, I feel like this is 99.9% on the AD because she just went rogue
It
on
is.
everybody.
It is.
She
It
went rogue
is.
on everybody.
It is.
Hey, go ahead, Bishop, because I know you came up here, you wanted to talk. Go ahead, Bishop.
Yeah, I just want a big salute always to you,
All right.
to the crew. Hey, just the fact of the matter is now it gives credence to what Coach Prime was saying when he was there at Jackson State, is that it's the foundation. It's the whole thing is if you don't have the foundation for all sports to make the move going forward, and then you have a disagreement, now it shows cracks because you have put out there credence that, okay, we're willing to do this to keep this coach, but now all of a sudden your math is not adding up. It's disingenuous because now you're trying to say it's only a certain amount, but you were paying this ex coach a certain deal. Then it just like, are you really trying to get a coach, or are you trying to stay within your budget?
Yeah. Forward
Well,
thinking.
now Bishop, they trying to stay within their budget because
Right.
they couldn't keep Willie.
Right.
So now they trying to stay within their budget. But what it comes down to, guys, it comes down to what Prime said when he first got the job. I can say what other head coaches can't because they got to worry about their job and they got to worry about job security. Well, I ain't got to worry about that. I'm gonna say what need to be said. Either y'all gonna like it or y'all not gonna like it. But this what's going on. He put it out front and people bashed him and people talked about him. But now it's coming out because of this situation with what's happening with Coach Willie. Now it's coming out and it's looking like, dang, well, what Prime was saying might have been a little right. Maybe we should have listened. That's what it's looking like now.
That's exactly what it's looking like.
Anyway, man, y'all wanna what y'all think about how Bama this season? What do y'all think their
4-8.
season will be like?
4-8.
You said what?
4-8.
Who
I ain't gonna
you
stay.
who you talking about?
They're gonna lose more players than they lost already. You can bet that.
Wait, you talking about
Hold on.
Alabama finishing 4-8 next year?
Yeah, that's what I said. 4-8. You want
I
to
don't
bet?
think.
Oh, you
Yo,
I don't
crazy,
think
bro.
4-8. I think they might go like 8-4,
Kalen
7-5.
Nah, you
DeBoer.
crazy, bro.
Kalen DeBoer has never lost 8 games he's only lost 12 games in his life at coaching. And you
Man, he
think
was FCS coach, man. Come on, he just got the FBS.
you
Come on,
think
man.
he's gonna
Nah,
lose
he
8
Come
coached
games
for
at
on,
F.
man.
Alabama?
Come on, man.
Get your
Come
facts
on.
straight, bro.
Come on,
He
man.
nah, Washington's not his first FBS job. Come on
I know.
now.
I
No,
didn't say it
if
was
we're
his
gonna
first.
talk, we gotta know what we're
I
talking about.
didn't say it was his first FBS. But I'm saying the bulk of his wins came in FCS ball.
Dude, you
All
think
I,
right,
the bulk
so
of his
listen.
102 wins, the bulk of those wins came in FCS ball. And you can look that
So
up. You can verify that.
I
when
don't
it
think he's
comes,
gonna be able to replace
listen,
all that talent like that. Not as
Exactly.
much as Prime. I mean, as much as Nick. He gonna replace some, but not as much as they didn't lose.
Yeah, but the
I'm
Alabama
gonna say this.
I don't
roster
say
is
4-8,
way
but
better than
I don't
what
say
you had
4-8,
last
Listen,
year,
but
bro. Come on now.
I don't say 4-8, but I
listen.
say like at least 7-5.
Remember I said it. Just
4
remember
Let
I
four
said it.
is
let Rob go.
ridiculous, bro.
Remember
All
I
right, so
said it.
here's what I'll
Remember.
say to this. Right, here's what I'm gonna say to this. It is too early to say what what record going to be like, because when that spring portal opens, you're gonna see some players that's gonna jump into that spring portal because they
Mm-hmm.
know they got an opportunity to go play Alabama and that
Facts.
it's
They're gonna be
open.
aggressive in that portal.
So
I'm
you go listen. I'm telling you right now. There's players back showing to see if they can make it to Alabama. If
Nigga
they're
really
really cool
said
with these other
4-8.
coaches.
I can't believe it.
It's just too early. Like you could. I don't care what team you look at right now. It is too early to say what to predict what their record gonna look like because you still got the spring portal, and a complete team can change during the springtime from the portal. So you just got to see
Did y'all
what
hear about
all the
their
final
boosters
pieces
though?
look like.
I heard they boosters struggling right now to keep up, man.
Just remember that I jumped out there on the ledge. If I'm right, I'm gonna let you know. If I'm wrong, I stand on it. But
You know
remember,
what
I
the
jumped out there.
you know what the
Bro,
problem
but
in
I as well
saying that
fall off
though?
that ledge, my nigga, because
You're
that ain't
saying,
happening.
see, the problem with that is that already because you jumped out of a crazy window, no one's even given that statement any credence at all. I mean, dude, you just said 4-8.
Like, but that's
That's the
wild, bro.
craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Hey, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Like I said, I stand
Hey,
on it. Either way.
Nah,
Say,
I
Rob.
respect you for going on the
yo,
limb like that, but bro, you might as well drop off that. You might as well drop off the ledge too, my brother, because that ain't
all right,
happening.
How
all right, go ahead, Big LT.
how beneficial to is Arizona leaving their coach and like 30 something players for CU going into the Big 12 next year?
That's
It's
wide
very
open.
beneficial.
That boy
It's
wide
very
open, man.
beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Arizona. Hey, listen, Arizona was a big threat to us going to the Big 12.
They was
That's
the
very
favorite.
beneficial.
They was the favorite. I
Now
ain't gonna lie.
we just got to see if the quarterback and the wide receiver gonna leave. That's the real matter. They gonna leave.
You know what I don't understand though? That was the most like lateral move I've ever seen from a coach. Bro left the team
No,
that was
no, no,
returning.
no,
Hold on,
no.
hold on, hold on.
Nah,
Hold on,
I
hold
have to
on, hold on,
disagree, Coach
hold
K.
on,
Hold
hold on.
Washington is a move
hold
up,
Hold on,
Let him make
nigga.
it.
Edison.
Listen,
Bro, hold on, hold on.
Let him make his
Pop, he
point.
was returning 18 players out of 22.
Okay, cool. Watch this. Who got better resources, Washington or Arizona?
Washington.
Washington.
Who's got better? When it come down to it, you can say what you want to say. When it come down to resources and NIL and the things that you need to recruit, Washington got it more than Arizona. Arizona got some financial problems going on. He did
200
right.
million.
And they finna pump
200 million of them,
everything
you
they
hear me?
got into that new
Wasn't
coach, man.
Arizona the same team that lost $250 million? That shit just disappeared.
All right, see,
And
but
they finna put everything they got
this is
into that new coach, man. I seen this little press conference. They was hyped. Them
let
folks
me
crunk that he over there, man.
let me give y'all my perspective on why this was the most lateral move. Now, Washington is returning nobody. And I mean, and I'm not even joking. Like you look,
That's
hold on, Pop.
cool.
Okay, hold on. You're saying the resources, right? Watch this. He would have gone, him in Arizona, they would have had an excellent season. And guess what job would have been open next year? The Florida job is going to be open next year. And guess, look up Jet
We
Fish's
don't we
side.
don't we don't we don't
Stop.
want we don't want him in games. They don't want him
I,
in Gainesville.
I
They
promise you.
already got who they got their list. It's already
In
written,
Florida?
and he ain't on it. I'm gonna just be bro. He ain't on that list, bro. I promise you.
Yeah.
That
I was
don't
just
even
about to
sound
say
like a
that.
Oh,
good
listen,
fit. That
listen.
sounds kind of nasty.
You're saying maybe he wasn't on the list, but he would have been a damn big like person on that list to take that job because of the success that he's having in a program that has been god awful.
I listen.
Bro,
Check this out,
I
Coach.
promise you. I
Check this
promise you.
out, Coach K.
I
If
promise
that
you,
was
he
the
wasn't
case,
on the
right,
list.
Coach K? If that was the
You
question,
don't know
right?
that. So
Coach K, wouldn't he be on the list for Alabama?
who, Jet Fish?
Yeah. If he was, if you say who he is, what he is, wouldn't he been on that list for Alabama?
Alabama job and a Florida job are two different worlds apart. Worlds
All
apart.
right. All
Worlds
right.
apart.
Coach K, did you just say I don't know that? I'm in Gainesville, bro. I'm inside. He not
I
on.
we. Yeah,
He not
he
on
not on
their
the
list.
list.
He not on their list, bro. I'm telling you, Florida already has a list because I've said this. If this man go out here and don't look good these first 5 games, hey,
Yeah.
they already got an interim plan and everything, bro.
Well,
Hey,
And
I
Coach K,
mean, that's gonna
let
happen
me
because they're not even
right,
they're not even gonna be bowl eligible.
Coach K, let me tell you this. We
yeah,
can
I
start a
agree with that.
Florida.
Now I agree with
We can
that.
start a listen, Coach K. We can start a Florida channel. That's how much locked in we are for Florida. That's how much intel we got. We can start a Florida channel, but we gonna let we gonna let it rock. But
Yeah, and on that, Rob, you got people out here don't even want to give Prime his as far as the no offense Zay City, but they got people mad, other channels mad because they won't give Prime his credit for hiring on Risk Press. I mean, come on, man. I heard it was like a little backhand comment of a certain channel. He gave, you know what I'm saying, props for Willie going to Duke, but when Prime heard whispers, it was like it was some kind of up for
Well,
Prime, like it was just
Hey,
and good for him.
because
why you
But
say
like, come
no
on, bro,
offense
that's
to me,
good
bro?
for Rich Press as well.
Why you say no offense
but
to me?
his
I
but see,
mean,
Big
because I know
LT.
you're an HBCU grad, and I don't want to offend no
Man,
HBCU.
I don't
You're
care, bro. I'm
HBCU.
a CU supporter and I'm an HBCU student. So I don't care.
Big LT, you know why? You know why people are upset about Devin Rich Press being at CU?
Cause we finna lock Florida down.
They
Like
don't want to see
like
Coach.
cause they finna lock. Hey, listen, I don't know if people know it. He the man. Like Plies say, I'm the man in the city. You just live here.
Right,
He
right.
the man. And
And
the
then you
only
got him in
reason
the chat, and some of the comments on the channels that people made about it and whatnot. Or who has he recruited? He recruited HBCU
Hey,
level guys. People they don't
all
understand
right,
the bigger picture that he brought
all right,
he flip
non
he flip.
HBCU
all right,
talent or higher
all right,
talent to that lower division.
all right, all right, Big LT. Hey, see, these are people that's not educated and did their homework. If they understood and they go look at FAMU's list of people that recruits that came there, they're gonna
He
see a
flip
lot of 5-star
he
and
flip
4 stars.
he
They
Plenty
flip
gonna know.
he
5 star.
Hey,
Plenty.
his recruit list look better than a lot of FBS schools. Like I'm talking about like big
How
boy
many of them
FBS
guys you
schools.
think they're gonna be try to follow him to Colorado
From
A few.
FAMU?
from
He
FAMU and from that recruiting list?
I mean,
he
well,
he,
damn.
I mean
he
I
he
got
mean,
some
working on
people.
it.
I don't even.
He got some people
I,
from what'd you say? Go ahead.
I don't even.
You went out, Coach K. What'd you say?
I was gonna say. I mean, damn. That's kind of like. I mean, that's hard to gauge because they don't even have that many spots. Like the spots are already kind of filling up fast. So I wouldn't even be mad if he like didn't bring I mean, a couple players because spots
Nah,
already
you
Well,
filling
got
Coach
up
K,
fast.
some of them guys gonna be
You gotta
patient and wait
realize,
after spring ball, man. Some of them
Coach
guys
K,
gonna
you
be
gotta
patient.
realize you can go over scholarships right now. You just got to get down to that
I
number
know.
before.
Because if you don't believe Texas over scholarship over the
No.
scholarship limit right now, boy. If you don't believe
Side.
Texas over the scholarship limit, boy, I don't know what to tell you.
No.
What?
Shit,
We were over
Miami
scholarship
too.
last year, right? Weren't we over scholarship last year before the
So
right
so
at the
here's
spring game?
so
No.
Maybe
here's what's
maybe in the
going.
spring,
So
maybe in the spring.
here's the game that's going on now, right? A lot of these big time universities are going over scholarship in the springtime, right? To get kids to just to evaluate kids and get rid of them because now it's not a big of a risk if you take that kid in the spring because now you got to hold on to that kid for the whole fall season. Well, if you can get a kid to come there in January and you can evaluate him and you say, oh, well, he ain't going to help us, you can pretty much tell the kid, you got to go. You might well get in the transfer portal because we ain't going to see you play. And that's all the springtime now is just evaluation. Let's see what you stack up in our program with our scheme. If we don't like you, we don't feel like you don't get any playing time, you're out of there. And so a lot of these universities are using the springtime as evaluation time. So you look at a team like Texas, they are over scholarship by way over scholarship because they're evaluating players right now to see what do they really need and what they don't. And they just gonna trim the fat because they're gonna tell kids they ain't gonna play. And you're gonna see when the spring portal, it is going to get chaotic. I'm telling you this right now. College football spring transfer portal is going to be chaotic. You're going to see a bunch of moving around with players because a lot of these universities are over scholarship. Georgia's
Uh,
over scholarship. Ohio State's over scholarship. Like you're going to see it.
and where's the crackback from these media guys about these teams that's losing all these players like they were doing prime just last year or
Then that's not
a
going.
couple of months ago
Well,
and stuff, man.
they're not going to do that because it's Alabama and it's
And that's what they hate,
Washington.
Coach Dre. They can't believe they thought it was so much the logo, so much the university. They can't believe that all them players and left Colorado. I mean,
But
left Alabama like that.
you couldn't have, listen. You couldn't have believed. I tell people. I mean, nobody believes that. I mean, that's the pitch that the school pitches. Hey, you need to come to the school for the school, but ain't nobody coming to no school for the school. When Florida was on top, when nobody coming to Florida because it was Florida, they was coming to Florida because they wanted to play for Urban Meyer. Or when Steve Spurrier was here, when Bobby Bowden, like that's why Florida State is what it is. Like they weren't coming for the school, they was coming because of them guys. And now you taking, but the only thing with Alabama is the dude made it seem like Nick Saban gonna still be around. So I thought that was gonna keep some of the kids around because he said, you got 100% access, Coach Nick. You can come whenever you want to. Tell me whatever you want to tell me. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna listen. So I thought that they had to sat down and made that agreement. Like that's why the kids was gonna stay. So at first I was like, oh, okay, so that's why it's gonna be okay because Nick gonna still be around. But obviously, that's not the truth or
Nah,
them kids just didn't care.
yeah, that was more of a flag statement to try to keep some kids around. That's what that was.
And it's gonna really hurt them if which he probably won't come there, but it'll really hit him where it hurt if Downs came to Colorado.
I
Well,
knew
well,
it. I was just waiting for somebody to say it.
Yes, sir. You
well.
know
I
I'm
Here's
gonna
knew
say it.
here's
I knew there was someone that was gonna say it.
You know I'm gonna say it, Coach. What is it, Coach? K.
well. The thing about Parker though, Parker was always leaving. They were just trying to stop him from leaving. He was always leaving. He
Yeah,
wasn't gonna stay in Alabama.
I think he was leaving Alabama anyway. Even if Saban left, I think he just wasn't happy. Uh, and then I mean, that's what it really comes
Who
down to
that's
now.
on Proctor?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
Proctor.
always leaving.
I think he was leaving anyway.
Yeah,
A lot of people think.
he's going to Iowa.
Then
Yeah,
why
he
you
Okay,
going
go to
back home. He
Iowa
homesick.
out of all schoolhouses?
That's
You go
that's
to
where
That's
he's from.
That's
home, man. That's where he
his
from. He
hometown.
Where he's
homesick.
from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and first of all, Iowa is a factory for D1 linemen.
Yeah, I
So
know,
I
man,
mean
but
for
come
offensive
on,
linemen.
bro.
So yeah.
I mean,
They
hey,
develop
listen, you
them
can't.
like crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's the only thing that people can't. Nobody can knock Iowa for that. They send kids to the league for offensive line. I don't know who their
Offensive
offensive
line and
line.
tied in.
I don't know who their offensive line coach is. I know they ain't scoring no whole bunch of points, but they
Bro,
sending people to the
two
league
things
from the
they
offensive line.
produce is linemen and tight ends, bro. They produce them like crazy in
They
Iowa,
produce tight ends like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what secret sauce they got with tight ends. It is like at a crazy rate how they sent tight ends to the NFL.
Out of the top 5 tight ends in the NFL, I think like 3 of them went to Iowa, bro.
Man, but think about the shine and he would have got, man, if he would have came to CU, man. Him and Seaton,
Who?
the Proctor kid.
I mean, but I mean, I didn't really see
Honestly,
it.
bro, if we
I
gonna go
didn't see
after
it.
anybody from Alabama, bro, let's try to get Caleb Downs, man. Patrick will go back
That's
to
Yeah,
that's
Iowa, bro.
yeah. And
dude,
he's
Give
an
me
automatic
Downs, bro.
start.
dude,
He's starting if he go to CU. He's
y'all
starting,
hold on.
and Coach Prime didn't need to give him number 2.
Y'all know that he's going to Georgia, right? That's
Coach
it.
K, can that nigga dream, man? Damn.
God damn, bro.
Like, bro, we
Oh man,
know, but can
Yeah,
that nigga
bubble
dream, Coach
popper.
K?
I'm sorry.
Oh
he kill
man,
off he kill
bubble
off
popper bubble.
I'm
he
sorry.
just
Oh,
kill off
I'm gonna
all
let
the aspirations
I'm
fast.
gonna let
Like,
y'all
bro, we
I'm gonna
know
let y'all
that.
believe it.
That's like
hold on, Coach. You
99%
gonna have to
sure,
calm
but can
down,
that
man.
nigga
I see
dream,
your
bro?
profile picture up here. You at least 19, 20 years old, Coach Dre. You gotta calm down, young man.
You right, my fault. I'll dream with y'all. Let's go,
I
Caleb.
mean,
Let's
I
go.
mean,
Y'all
with
crazy.
listen, Coach K, and that's cool. He still take, and I believe he going to Georgia too because again, it's about the relationship he has with the coach. His coach went to
Yep.
Georgia. People feel like he going to Georgia. I have no problem with that. Nobody should have a problem with that. But what my fellow people's up here saying is just let these boys. Hey, he ain't said nothing yet, and he
You
taking
feel
meetings.
me? Thank you,
He is
Coach Dre.
taking
Thank you, bro.
he take
Until he say he
he,
going to
he,
Georgia, we
Hey,
he
gonna
is
look,
taking
y'all.
dream, bro.
meetings.
Hey, look, y'all. There's still 1%, right? The 1%, right?
Always one
But
Listen,
percent.
bro.
hey, K, who said Seaton was coming to Colorado?
Listen, hey, listen,
That's
listen, listen,
facts.
listen, listen, listen. Shout out,
Talk to
shout
him,
out,
Coach Dre.
shout out to y'all boys, man. Caleb Downs to see you. Let's go. Yeah.
Hey man, we can
Is it?
I
dream,
ain't
man.
saying
You never
nothing yet.
know,
Okay.
man. We
Okay.
can
Hold on.
dream, brother.
I ain't
Ain't
even
nothing
gonna.
wrong with it.
I
Hey,
ain't
This
gonna
what I
lie.
want
all
y'all
we
to do.
really need is at least by man. I said 2 more offensive linemen, 1 more D tackle, and I want 1 more 6'6" kid on the edge. We got 3. I want 1 more so we can
All
really
I
Well,
have.
know,
but again,
Yo,
because
yo,
again,
we
this
good
come
on
down
edge,
to
bro.
all I know is one of our tackles ain't on our team yet. That's all I know.
Say that again, Rob.
yeah. Now that I
All I
know
know,
that we
all I
got one
know
that ain't.
is, all I know
Yeah,
is one of our tackles ain't on our roster yet. That's all
Oh,
I
okay.
know.
I heard the NVR said that too. I ain't gonna lie. And Seaton said it in an interview right after, I think, I think when he went to the All American game, like the
rivals,
interview
the
he did
rivals,
before,
the
Yeah, he
rivals
said something
interview.
big
the
supposed to be
rivals
coming.
interview. Yeah, so
But
I
I
just
think he
pray.
was. To me personally, I think he was talking about he was assuming. I guess maybe I'm excuse me. maybe I'm wrong. I was assuming that he was talking about Underwood. You know what I'm saying? He thought Underwood was gonna flip or something.
No. You know what's so funny
Nah,
though?
he said transfers, Big LT.
Oh,
He
he
didn't
said
Hey,
say
transfer?
he said
Oh, okay.
transfers.
I just hope that it's
hey,
not
listen at
because
this here. Hey, let's just throw this out here now. If Jim Harbaugh go to the NFL, now it's been rumored that Chip Kelly said he wouldn't mind coaching the Michigan.
huh?
That's another big domino that's waiting to
Nah,
drop,
man.
whether Jim
If
Harbaugh
if
goes to the NFL or not.
if
I
Harbaugh
I put
leave Michigan, I think that coach from LSU finna shoot up there.
I ain't
I
gonna lie,
listen. Now
bro.
Nah,
look,
man.
Well, that again, they don't want that. They don't want that in Michigan. They want them to hire the dude that coach the team.
Sharon Moore.
That's who they
Let's go
want.
give
Sharon
a
Moore.
crying out Sharon Moore the
I
job, man.
I
I
I
would love to see Sharon Moore get that job. That's
I
only
don't think they're
right.
gonna hire him though. Listen, this is just me being real, right? I'm waiting to see Michigan hire a black head football coach. I'm just
Facts.
waiting. I I really want him to have the job, but I don't think that. I just
Me
think
neither.
I just think the interest in Michigan from other coaches is going to be through the roof, and
Facts.
they're
That,
going to go through the interview process. And
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 Rob,
that's
they
the
I
can't
that's the
sit
point.
there and
listen,
look at no
listen,
picture with
listen.
no
What I
black man as they head coach, man.
listen.
They can't look
I,
at that.
I listen. I tweeted this about a week and a half ago. There's two more schools that's going to open up a 30-day transfer portal window in the Power Five.
He did. He did. He did.
I just
He most definitely said that. But like I say, at the end of the day, fellas, what it boils down to is right now we got to be happy with what we got on our roster. I like where we at. I think we at least two deep at every position. I'm not going to say three deep. I think we two deep at every position. I don't think we three
Facts.
deep. Um,
Yep.
I can, I can tell you right now,
hey,
Brian
listen, I'm gonna
Kelly.
tell you right now, that kid, Michael Welch. My God, that kid is big. I didn't
Yeah,
know
he
he was that.
big. Yeah, he
yo,
big,
I did
I
coach.
not
didn't
know.
know he was big
I
until
didn't
he
think.
stood next to them.
All right,
Right.
Like
hey,
honestly, he's an underrated from our recruiting class. Michael Welch is very underrated from our recruiting class.
Boy look
so
swole as
I
hell.
listen. So
He
here's
rem-
one of the. Let me say this right quick. Here's one of the results, right? A kid that signed with Alabama just hit the portal. Jameer Grimson. I'm hoping I'm not mess. I don't want to mess up his last name, but Grimson, Jameer. He just hit the transfer portal because
He was a
he
kid
signed
that
with them.
signed. He signed in with
Hmm.
him in the 2004 class. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. They can let him
Yeah.
out. Some of the classes
He,
didn't start, so they got to be released. They have to let them out. They can't hold them kids. Like the boy from Texas, he had to be released from Texas. He couldn't because his coach was still there. Them people had to physically release him from his letter of intent. But these boys from
B-Man, come
Alabama,
back home, baby.
Yeah, and I thought we was gonna get that boy, man. That D tackle that committed to Texas.
Jeremiah.
What
well, they.
is
I
that his
mean,
name?
I'm not
What's that
saying. I'm
defensive
not saying.
tackle that went to Texas?
You talking about Robinson?
Yeah, Robinson. I thought we was gonna get him, man. Because if you go look at his YouTube channel, he posts his visits on his YouTube channel. And I don't see why these kids is not putting that in a factor and see that every time they come on a visit to CU or they do something with CU, the numbers is ridiculous. But yet they'll go to another school that they got on their visit and the numbers is trash.
Well,
Like they
it's about
fans or the
pushing up.
people really don't care, bro. And
It's
half these
about pushing
fans,
up the
well,
money.
half them numbers. Let's be honest. Yeah, they are CU local, but come on, bro. Those are people, our folks. That's a lot of them views. Those are our
I,
folks.
I look if you look at Michael Welch tape, he reminds you of Maurice Jones-Drew.
I go for that. I looked at a piece of his tape. I ain't looked at it all, but I go for that.
Both a pure bowling ball, buddy. I'm telling you.
I just didn't think I didn't know he was that put together like that. When I saw him, I was like, my God, this kid put together. Uh, I see why Dylan went and worked out. Cause boy, that kid put together. But he don't have Dylan's speed. I like the way Dylan done put on weight. Um, I think Smalls has moved to tight end because I saw him on the offensive side of the meeting room when Reach the People did. So I think Smalls is not playing defensive end no more. He playing tight
What you
end,
think about
which he
that,
was a
Coach
Yeah,
good
Dre?
he
tight.
did.
Yeah,
He
that ain't
did.
no coincidence. He know where to
Yeah, he
sit.
did.
He was there last
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
That
he
ain't no
did.
coincidence.
What you
He
think
was
about that
good.
move, though, Coach Dre?
What Smalls?
Yeah, Smalls moving to tight end.
He was
Is
all
that
he was all.
official or is that just what everybody assuming?
No, he was on, bro. If you go watch the Reach the People video, Darius is coming around the offensive
Yeah, I
side,
seen
and
him sitting over there with the tight end.
you see, and the offense got on white shirts, defense got on gray
Oh,
shirts,
you
I think,
right,
right now.
coach. You right. He
Yeah,
sure
so
did.
he
You
got on
right.
a white
Black.
shirt, but he was
That's
all
good.
county tight end. He was all county tight end when he was in high school. Most defensive ends can play tight end, fellas. Most defensive ends they played tight end in high school. So I think it's a good look for him. I know he
Hey,
Yeah,
physical. I know he can block. So
white
I
is
like him.
offense, black is defense.
And to
White.
piggyback that, Coach Dre, just think of the physicality that he brings to the run blocking scheme.
facts.
Like I said, again. I think a lot of people think Pat Shermer's not a qualified offensive coordinator from what I'm hearing. I'm not saying that. I think for his offense, for what we have, I think it's a nice fit. The offense that he wants to run and the way he gonna put the ball in people's hands.
Yeah,
Jimmy
I
looks
can't be
big,
qualified, coach. These folk crazy. The
but
man has
bro,
been in
I'm
the
just
league
telling
for
you,
years.
people want certain people want the eye test. People want the stuff to jump off the screen, and everything ain't got to jump off the screen to be good. We just need a competent offensive coordinator where we can have good offense
Man,
and run what we need to run.
I don't.
All
I,
coach,
right, so
these
listen.
Denver folks just have PTSD from when he was coaching in Denver, man. Denver
This
wasn't
is
the
what I
only
see.
place he coached in the NFL. He won offensive coordinator of the year. He got Case Keenum a contract to go to the
Listen,
Texans, bro.
this is
Pat
what I
Shermer's a
see.
good
Right.
coach.
This is what I see in this offense. You're gonna see a lot more motion. You're gonna see a lot more balanced attack. Even if it's 55, 50, I mean 55, 45 or 60, 40, you're going to see more of a balanced attack and them attempting to run the ball, put a lot of people in motion, get the playmakers the ball in space, and let these kids operate, right? They're building this team around speed and ability to break tackles and get in the open field. So that's what I'm expecting from Pat Shermer. If we see anything outside of that, we're going to have some problems.
With the
But,
speed we have, I never understood why we didn't use motion a lot more. Like I feel like we could have really
right.
caught defenses off guard with that.
Man, it's motion. What you want people to move pre-snap, post-snap, right? You want like what you reading pre-snap. You want to make sure what you're post-snap. And if you don't use motion, it's hard to decide. Like, all right, what is this team really going to do? What is this team really in? And how in reading. So, motion changes a lot of things that the defense does because you have to react to motion. And that's where a lot of people, don't understand. So, I would. This is just me talking. I would love to see motion. Now, do I think you're going to play a spring game? No. They're not going to put on film what they really want to do. You're going to see a baseline of plays during the spring game. So I don't want nobody going out there talking about Pat Sherman this, Pat Sherman. You're not going to see a real offense run in the spring game.
But
You
they
just
shouldn't have nothing to complain about, though, Rob. Compared to this upcoming spring practice, compared to last year's, it's going to be totally different. With the talent
but
that's going to be out there, they should be satisfied with that.
Well,
but
Let
Big
alone
L,
see,
the play call,
you
because
you
And
got
the
the
you,
thing,
play
and the
but
calling
thing,
see,
ain't even gonna matter what they
but
compared to the talent that they seen last year that they finna see this year. When the athletes get that ball in their hand, it's gonna be oohs and ahs.
well,
Big
see,
L,
the good thing
here's the
about
thing though.
go ahead.
Hold on. Here's the thing though. What you fail to realize, a lot of people are just new to football and watching college football and
Right,
don't understand what goes on when you're talking about spring football versus being played in the fall during a regular season. You're not going to
right.
see a lot of those things in the springtime. You're going to see a base vanilla offense of base plays that can you comprehend this and that during the springtime. A lot of people don't know that. So you have to that you
It's the same thing I do in my summer scrimmages with my Pop Warner teams. I'm gonna give you bone dry in the scrimmages so you don't see nothing. And I come out in the fall and run my offense.
There you go.
But the
Especially,
good thing,
especially if it's televised, they better not put nothing out there. I don't think they
the
do
good thing about Pat Shermer offense, running the offense, I think what a lot of people miss is that NFL offenses, they're predicated on matchups. They exploit matchups. So
Facts.
with the offensive players that we are acquiring, it's going to be hard for defenses to match up with us. most college coaches utilize scheme packages, and they're going to try to hammer their scheme down regardless of what the defense is doing. I think we're going to create a lot of mismatches on their offense, and we're going to burn people up.
Oh, before we go into something else, I got to speak upon this, man, because I forgot to mention this because Goldberg's son did, commit to CU. He was originally going to commit to Alabama, but came to CU after knowing that Nick Saban retired. I think he's going to be a good addition, like a huge addition to this team. He's a big linebacker, and as big as
He's physical.
he physical. Hey, you turn on his tape, you gonna see the flash. You gonna see him popping up the screen.
Oh
You
yeah.
gonna see him.
Sideline to sidelines.
He is
Yeah,
a head knocker.
Hey, and then he's very green too, y'all. He only played like what 1 year, 2 years football.
Two. I think he maybe 3 at the most, big LT, but I don't
Nah, I
quote me
heard
on
he
that.
was all baseball until like
No,
his
I
junior senior year.
think he got more experience than that. I think it's just he was mainly baseball. He was focused on
Yeah,
baseball. I think he got a few more years than that.
Listen,
But
but when
he
I'm looking for a linebacker, I'm looking
but for
for
him to
somebody
have
who
all that
come in the
talent
gap.
though, man.
And y'all, when you watch his tape, he fills the gap. He takes on blocks. He shed blocks. He press people and knock people in the hole. And that's what you want from a linebacker. And that's what you're
Yeah,
looking for.
I'm
he get his
hoping he
nose, he
gonna be
get
a
his
little
nose
taller
dirty.
though. I
All
was
right,
hoping he was
listen.
gonna be a little taller. I like my middle linebacker at least 6'1", 6'2".
All right,
but he fast too though. He get
he's
outside quick as hell.
he's a great addition to the linebacker room. I don't want nobody to, because I know I've been out, but I didn't mention that. But yeah, man, picking up Goldberg's son, that was a
Him
great
and
addition.
him and the Weaver kid and the other brother. The
Oh
what you
yeah.
call it? Hey, listen, that kid for
Jalen.
real, buddy. He's for real, fellas. I mean,
Hey
I
man,
don't
but
know
that's
what
a
else.
lot of
You talking about?
competition, man.
You
If
talking
they
about
move
You talk
Western?
about
that
the little
linebacker
brother,
spot
the
Wesley.
with
Western brother
Yeah,
coach.
West.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
that's a lot of competition at that linebacker spot
That's what you want. That's what you want.
with Coffee Taylor Burdocks and Parsons
Well,
and that
Coffee
baby
said
boy.
he wasn't healthy. Now, so I remember people asking why he didn't play last year. He said in the
He
in
was
the what's
hurt.
called video that he was hurt, that he wasn't healthy. So he feels confident. And anybody who think Jimmy Horn ain't listening to all this naysaying, okay, just keep talking. The kid done
I'm
got
riding with
bigger.
you, Jimmy.
Competitive depth.
I'm
He
riding
done
with you,
got
Jimmy.
bigger.
I got your back, bro.
The man jumped 39. You ain't gonna find many receivers at that size, at his height, jumping no 39. Kamani ain't
Right,
even jumping 39. You get what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So,
right.
Flash out on him,
man,
then, little daddy.
listen, that kid, like Prime said, I know who the leader is in the receiver room. It ain't even no question about that man being the leader in the receiver room, because ain't nobody gonna work hard as J5, man. The kid ready. He ready. And like I said, I expect him to have a big year.
You
What you
expect
think
Jimmy to
about
have?
Wester
All right,
though? How you think
Yeah,
he gonna fit on the field?
people are already writing Jimmy off. They're already penciling all those transfers in their starting lineup.
Yeah.
They don't forget about Jimmy.
all right, listen. That's good that they forgot about him, man. So when he come and he do what he got to do and handle business and stand on business, then hey, what we talking about? Hey,
That's all we talk.
Exactly.
That's all
See,
we gonna talk about.
Exactly.
see you loaded, man. See you loaded, bro. I ain't even gonna lie,
Wait.
they loaded.
I got a quick question though for y'all.
I be paying attention to their transfers and stuff.
Yeah.
I see exactly what Prime doing. I see exactly what he's doing with that offense.
Let me ask y'all this question. So, with obviously Prime bringing in Jalen Wester, one of the best slot receivers in the country, how do y'all think Jimmy felt about that move?
How could you
because it's
feel if you're a
competition.
competitor? If you're a competitor, you want it.
You step
You
your
ain't.
game
I,
up.
But see,
Yeah, you gotta
I
suck
ain't
that
finna
up.
get here.
Nah,
Hand you.
and just
I ain't finna. You ain't
all
finna
right.
come here and
Yeah.
hand me your job. I ain't finna hand
hey,
you my
but
job.
Coach
So
K,
I mean,
I don't think that was about J5. I think that was more about Dawson.
facts,
You don't think that
facts,
them
facts.
bringing in
No,
Jalen Wester was about Jimmy?
I think it
Nah,
was
not
more about.
no.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it was more
You
because okay,
listen.
Coach K. Let's go back. Let's go back. Hold on, fellas. Let's go back from the guys that we did add. So what we brought back that was already on the roster. Give it to me, Coach K. If without the add-ons, who would you start at receiver without the add-ons?
Without the people that we just got in the portal?
Yeah, without the people we got in the portal.
Travis, Omari Miller, Jimmy,
And who
um,
you fourth? And who you fourth?
my
It
fourth
would
would
be
be
Dawson. It'd have been Dawson, right?
It'd have been Dawson.
So that's what. So what we. So
Yeah,
that's why
Dawson.
I'm saying I think it's more about Dawson than it is about Jimmy.
Give me Caleb Mathis.
Especially after he made that Instagram post.
Listen,
I
There
don't
was
think
a slight
Dawson made
shot.
that post about CU though. That wasn't about CU.
listen.
And
If you want to talk about the four, I would take Caleb Mathis over Dawson because Dawson gonna go out there and run the wrong routes and not be paying attention what the hell's going on. Give me
That's
Caleb
hey,
Mathis.
I'm with you. I'm with you on Caleb Mathis. So what I'm telling you is, what I'm telling Coach K. I think it was more about when we go to 4 wide. If we go now, okay, now Coach K. If we go to 4 wide, give me your 4 wide with the additions.
You said with all the additions.
Now with the addition, yes sir.
All right, you got Travis, Will, Jalen, and Jimmy.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I say I don't really think it was about Jimmy.
Who's your fifth?
Oh
Who's
yeah.
your fifth and sixth?
Fifth,
You
Omarion, and then sixth. Sixth is gonna be surprised. I think Terrell
Coach
Timmons gonna
K,
come out of
you better put that
nowhere.
Haitian brother in there, man. That tight end, that boy gonna be on the
ba-
field.
No,
Bro,
we
we
baby
talking
just
about
talking
T.O.
receivers.
strictly wide receivers.
Yeah.
Baby
Oh,
T.O.
I
Omarion
think we talking about like in
and
terms of
Terrell
like the
Timmons.
lineup, like in terms
Oh
of like 4-5.
Lord have
Baby
mercy. Lord have
T.O.
Yep,
mercy.
Baby
baby
Yeah,
T.O.
T.O.
yeah.
Baby
I
T.O.
forgot about that.
You
coming
said
in at
who?
6'3", 6'4". Baby T.O.
Six
I
four.
forgot about that kid.
I'm
I
not even
forgot
gonna
about that kid.
I'm not even
Hey,
gonna
I'm
With
comment
that
on
telling
with
you,
that.
that
baby
four
T.O.
with
gonna
that
show
four
out, man.
4-3 speed.
Who
Baby T.O.
Listen,
gonna show
who
out,
got
man.
4-3?
here's what
The
I'm gonna
boy from
here's what I'm gonna say.
TCU.
He got
The
How
one
they
4-3
gonna do
person,
speed.
these
Is that
numbers
accurate?
though, man? This is gonna be
listen,
crazy.
the one person I'm expecting to take a big jump this year is a Marion Miller, wide receiver.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
okay,
I'm,
so listen, so we just said all that. Now we ain't said nothing about our scene. We ain't said nothing about
Man, yeah, better not slip on my son's
Miller.
side, man. I saw what
We
scene
ain't
gonna be a
said nothing
problem.
about Cam McHale,
I just want to
the
know.
other young
Miller
kid,
not. They coming
Yeah,
in
them
the
Draylon
other
second half,
Miller.
so they're
freshmen
gonna be
though.
Yo,
behind. They're
see
gonna be
you.
behind
I
the
just want to
ball.
know where you got that he runs a 4-3, bro.
That's
who
what we
baby
said. He
T.O.?
running
I
a
don't, I don't,
4.37. 4.37. What I heard. I
Okay.
forgot specifically where I seen it at, but I saw it.
What
Okay.
you talking about?
uh,
Baby T.O.
He
Yeah,
doesn't.
I'm
He
just gonna
4.37.
doesn't.
What I thought.
No.
when
I
you
don't know.
when
I
you look
think
at
he
our wait,
fast. He got a long stride, but if I'm looking at him as a football I'm not no expert, but as a football guy, you play football, and as an fast guy when I was younger.
Yeah,
I
he
say
would
at
be
least
listen,
Jimmy
about like
fast if he run a 4-3. They don't look like 4-3.
yeah, I say at least
I
by
don't
well,
four
think he
four
a
Jimmy.
three.
Hey,
4-3 either.
listen.
I
I
say the
think
four
Jimmy
four
He might
three.
healthy.
like a
I
low
think
4-5.
Jimmy healthy. Jimmy healthy. He might give you a sub 4.29.
That's what I'm
Hello.
saying. Jimmy, low,
Oh, you
low.
talking about Jimmy?
Healthy. I
Oh,
said Jimmy.
I
I'm
know.
talking about
I
Jimmy.
heard.
okay. I thought you talking about Baby T.O.
I
No, I'm
heard you.
talking about Jimmy.
You said a
Oh,
Yeah,
Jimmy?
4-2.
4.29. Like right there.
Nah, Jimmy ain't moving that
Yo,
fast, dude.
bro.
He
You
ain't
don't
moving
Yo,
that
think
fast,
so?
coach.
what y'all be saying?
Nah.
Like, bro, I done seen him.
Jimmy
Listen,
fast, coach.
hold
He
on.
want to be to
Hold on,
me,
bro.
to
Listen,
be
he
honest.
came down here. Jimmy came down here and gave our high school mad work. And he look, I'm telling you, bro, he ain't been healthy. That's how I knew he wasn't healthy. That's how I knew he
Just,
wasn't healthy when he was
just
running
for
around.
context, for people who don't know, Coach Drake basically saying that Jimmy is gonna be faster than Tyreek Hill. Just for context,
That
Well,
oh, and then no, take that back then, because I don't think he fast to Tyreek now. I'm
oh,
not
okay.
the
Well,
coach. Yeah.
Stand on it. You said 4-2.
No, he said 4.29 though.
Stand on it.
yeah, that's a
Faster than Reed.
4.29. Tyreek Hill faster than a 4.29,
Yeah,
bro.
he said 4.29. That's Tyreek a little faster than 4.29.
Okay.
But now I say Jimmy, he probably run a good healthy. If he ran a 4.38 tie with what's his name last year at a 4.38, and that was semi healthy or whatever you want to call it, I say Jimmy probably run a good 4.33. You
Cause
know what I'm saying?
didn't he
4.34.
have a growing injury this past season?
That
Yeah,
was
something like that.
hamstring. It was a
Yeah,
hamstring pull.
Going
yeah,
on
growing
hamstring.
pull. Yeah, that's on the
Growing,
run.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and that kind of injury lingers all year. You
Yeah.
ain't gonna, it don't never get better unless you resting it. So when he kept trying to go out and play on it, he wasn't
Right.
making it. He really wasn't making it no better.
Yeah, I can
So
give him
I
a good
mean,
4-3, 4-3, maybe 4-3-3,
what I'm saying
4-3-4.
is that if you come out there on a good day, he might just shock you. You get what I'm saying? He just got another gift that a
But he
lot of
more
people
quick
don't
than
got.
fast though to me.
Yeah, he
I
way
get,
more quicker than fast. Yeah, way more quicker than fast.
hey,
Yeah,
listen,
cause he, to be honest, he remind me of what's that boy for Flowers? Flowers a 4.41 speed, but he way more quicker than fast. You know what I mean?
Right.
listen.
More like a Flowers.
I just want the receivers, year two to come in and take another step, man. Dawson, come in and be better.
I
Jimmy
just
to
want kids
grow.
that I just want kids
You
that's
know,
to buy into what we got going on and not be
but
you can't be a selfish for like I'm always say this talent work outweigh talent because sometimes talent don't want to work. If you just leaning on your talent, that ain't gonna get it. So I just want kids that want to work, and I think you can tell in the video, like Phil, like Coach Corey said, it's just different. They care about each other. When them boys went up to that offensive lineman, that man said, "I ain't here to talk. I ain't here to talk. When we get out here on this field with these pads, then we'll talk. But I ain't here to talk. I'm
You
here to
can
show people that so you can tell that it's a different mindset. And you didn't hear that from none of the offensive linemen. When you
yeah,
talked to the offensive linemen last year, they were real mild mannered.
yeah.
They was nice guys. And you can't be a nice guy playing offensive line. You just
You can
can't.
smell it. You can smell
You
it through
can
the
you can
video.
be right.
Yeah.
hey, listen, hey,
Smelling
I'm
through
gonna
the
tell you
video
this.
is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm saying you
Shout
can
out,
smell the energy through the video. You can tell. You can smell that it's a
Nah,
difference.
facts.
hey,
I know
shout
what you
out.
meant, bro. You
I'm,
just
I'm
sounded
from I'm
mad
from the,
funny.
I'm from North Carolina, baby. I'm from North Carolina. I talk a little different. You know what I'm
Yeah, and I know what you meant. Just sounded mad funny to me.
Hey,
saying?
shout out to Bucky. Shout out to Bucky. Shout out to Darius. They back. Back in the office working, man. Giving y'all that content every day. But hey,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna talk about this. I'm gonna talk about this last subject because I've been seeing it. Everybody been asking me to talk about it. But I'm gonna leave it at this, right? Y'all gotta let things just play out the way things are, man. I know everybody is trying to figure out is Coach Prime gonna leave because of Warren Sapp and all this, blase, blase. Y'all just gotta let the process be the process. It ain't really no rush because even if Sapp was there right now, there's nothing that he could do on the field with these kids, and
Right.
that's what people gotta freaking realize. Like,
That's
just
the stupidest
just
thing I heard, man.
Wait.
just be.
I don't think people are really inclined about the SAT situation more than about the DC though. I feel like
Yes,
that's
they
more
And,
are.
and
inclined.
that and that's still silly about the DC thing. That's
No,
still
it's a
silly.
lot. Coach K, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people crying about the Sapp situation, saying that Coach Prime gonna leave because Sapp ain't. If Sapp don't get hired and
Man,
this and
bull
that, and
crap.
That's dumb. That's
it's like
stupid, man.
it to
Man,
me it's like what can Warren Sapp do with the team right now? If he was hired right now, what can he do physically with the team? He can't
Hey,
go out there and work out with them. So what are you talking about?
man, people always trying to find an excuse to say Coach Prime leaving, bro. Any any
Yeah.
any any little thing they can find for them to say that, they'll say, bro, that's how it is.
Man, I mean, look at it, man. They trying to make excuses about to my his low recruiting class when they act like they don't see him CU offering 2025 and 2026 kids because Prime ain't flying out there shaking hands and kissing babies.
Well, I think they were more talking about that he only got 5 high school recruits, which I mean he told y'all he was only going 20%. So I think that was the biggest thing with people saying that he only got 5 high school recruits in the early signing period. There is one more signing period coming up in about 2 weeks, and that'll be the final signing period for high school kids. Um,
Oh, speaking
but
of that.
when go ahead.
No, I was saying, speaking of that, when we talk about the recruiting classes from the 24 to the 25, you're going to see a lot of offers out of the 25 class just because Prime is losing a lot of kids, a lot of seniors, a lot of graduates this upcoming season. So you're going to see them be more in depth of going to get pieces in the 2025 class and the 24 class just because you got to think about it. You got a roster. You got so many amount of scholarships, right? So now you're going to start to see Coach Prime really elevate to what he's trying to do. That's why Coach Prime went out and got another recruiter for that reason because they know what's finna happen. They know they got to start recruiting these high school kids. There was a plan in place. The plan has been executed, and now y'all starting to see the effect.
And then also it goes back to, you remember when Coach Prime stood up in his press conference and he said he had to do this to elevate certain people. A guy like Coach Riggs is the kind of guy he's talking about. A guy who everybody knows is a great recruiter. Everybody knows he does his thing to the best of his ability. You would wonder why why this man wasn't already on somebody D1 recruiting. But okay, so y'all ain't gonna do it. Okay, don't worry about it. I'll go get him. And I'm gonna show y'all what we finna do with him and show you uh what this about. So it's always, for me, that's why I always come back to that. He's elevating these guys into bigger and better positions. So you will see a risk somewhere at a Power Five one day, probably the head of recruiting, because that's just how good he is. Um, you got to give the man his flowers. And then I heard people say it's a part of recruiting when he had the interview today with RG3, and you got head coaches. Again, like Coach Prime say, we not out here trying to talk about another team. I tell my coaches, don't do that. We just gonna live on our mowers and what we selling. We selling ourselves. We ain't got to sell ourselves and knock somebody else down to sell ourselves. But it's head coaches out here knocking this man because it's not what they want.
That
That's
lady.
not the way they wanted to do. And it gets in, and so at the end of the day, guys, that's what it comes down to. Is with the Sapp situation, guys. Let's just let that play out. Let's be patient. If it happens, if he's not able to coach, we'll understand. You'll understand to a degree why I won't. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna be happy about it, because it's a lot of head coaches that's in college football that done did way worse. But we not here to talk about them. The defensive coordinator job, man. Hey, man, let him coach his program the way he want to coach his program. He said he gonna have a DC in place, and I believe that's what he got. And when he ready to tell us, he'll let us know. But we just got to be patient, and let him coach his team, guys, and just go for that. I mean, everybody getting upset. Oh, he not gonna do it the conventional way. If y'all still waiting on him to do it the conventional way, again, I'm gonna keep telling y'all might want to find somebody else to root for, because he ain't gonna do it that way.
And he's being very meticulous on this time around as well, so that he don't slip up and make a mistake.
Oh,
I
so you talking
I
about the
Like
agree
you
with
could
that.
DC?
tell, Prime is definitely somebody that learned from his mistakes. Like he don't make the same
Yep,
mistake twice. So
yep.
like, and like he didn't go into it like when he was talking about how like when he was asking Nick Saban advice about the situation he had going on, he didn't listen to his advice. He wish he had. We all know what he was talking about.
I just would love to know. I mean, I don't really care no more about the DC, but I just would love to know like the candidates, even if you know, since only one's gonna get the job. I would love to know who else is in that.
Ain't gonna put the candidates out there, man, because you
Right,
got
Coach
people
K?
out here plotting on them.
You said
Why
Right.
don't
what?
put the candidates out there so people
No, no,
can come
no.
through
I'm
there with
saying
the salt shaker?
I'm speaking after, like after all this gets announced. I want to know like who are the two other people, whoever gets the job. But we'll probably be able to put two and two together.
I mean, like, I get why he's doing that. To look at last year, after he named his staff, the Vikings went and poached his first D line coach. You feel me? Like, and Notre Dame wanted to poach Sean Lewis from you last year. I wish they did,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. So I get why he's doing that.
Everything Coach Brown did last year was in haste, to be honest, because of the time frame. So he just taking his time right now. He's trying to make the right moves. Like you said, he don't want to get it wrong. He want to get it right, because he know that defensive side of the ball, them kids need that.
You know
And
what's
they
funny though?
obviously running like a 3-4 defense, so it's gonna be that type of
Yeah,
their
now
defensive
that now
coordinator
that I
that's
do believe. I think it's
You
gonna be a 3-4 defense. I do think that.
yeah.
I do think that.
you know you know what I find interesting though is that, and he already kind of clarified it, which kind of put a lot of things to bed, is that because they're not gonna have the luxury to be able, whoever is the DC is not gonna have the luxury to just be able to just bring in whoever they want, for certain positions. That also makes this like job a little bit tad more.
So I mean, what do you want him to do? You want to get him to get rid of his his guys he brought up with him.
Well,
Let him
I
know
mean,
that he
that's
brought
been
them
that's
up.
been
He
a
LT,
brought them
question.
other guys up for a
LT.
reason.
Did I ever say that, LT?
No, I didn't say you said that, but the roles that defensive coordinator will bring in is already filled with the guys that he brought up and gave opportunities to.
Yeah, no,
Hey,
I
I'm a
think that's just usually
hey,
how it
hey,
works.
hey, fellas. I'm gonna do a show tonight for y'all. I gotta make a run right quick. So with that being said, man, thank everybody for tuning in, man. To RobDaManMedia. Appreciate y'all guys. I'm gonna give y'all another
All
show
right, all right.
tonight. See you guys in the
All
next
right,
one.
Rob.
Peace.
All right, bro. Yeah.
Now let me tell y'all something about dreams. Listen up, because this is something I found out a long time ago that goes against everything you see in a movie, on TV, or what your great grandma may have told you when you were a kid. See, dreams don't happen overnight. That ain't how it works. See, they come to you in the daylight. You gots to be awake. Cause baby, you got to run dreams down. See, that chase is where we learn the most about ourselves. To take that extra step, that extra mile, that extra rep. Now look here. You don't never know how long it's gonna take, or exactly what it'll look